Hi, my name is David and I'm going to show you a free flute library that I discovered a few days ago. It is by Orchestral Tools and a flautist called Claire Wickes. So here we go. You need to go to the Orchestral Tools webpage, you need to create a free account and you need to download the SINE Player. Just choose the platform you're on, install it as you should, and you should run it, or you should start it in the standalone mode first, and you should log into the SINE Player with your free Orchestral Tools account. That will give you access to all the free stuff, and you will download them from inside the SINE Player. It will also be installed as a plugin for your DAW, so just go into your DAW and open it like any other plugins that you have. You just load it onto the track and it looks like this. So it will show you all the licensed products you have from Orchestral Tools in this window, and you will see your loaded articulations on the right side. So I just have one library installed right now. It's Lucent by Claire Wickes. So click browse and you have basically one patch with 7 different articulations. You can load them one by one by just double-clicking them or dragging them onto the articulation list, or you can load all of them by double-clicking on the name. There we go. For this purpose, I need to boost all of them to 12 dB because it's a very silent library in a way, which is good, because when you boost the signal, you will hear all those things going on in the background. You will not just hear the note, you will hear Claire playing the note, really. So if I just need to do this first, and then we will go back to the articulations. So right, sustains. Let's see if we can choose the right. There we go. The right track to play on. As I said, it is sparse and silent in a way, so you will need to boost that with the compressor as well, because I've boosted it 12 dB here and actually 10 dB in the Stitcher one. But then again, sustained, it is a very long sustained note. And the sustained vibrato is basically the same, but with a vibrato. And you can hear that rhythmic thing going on in the tone. The timbral tremolo, very hard for a Swede to say it. I'm butchering it every time I've practiced. So the timbral tremolo goes something like this. It sounds just beautiful if you ask me. I'm going to show you how I use the timbral tremolo and the sustained vibrato together with the staccatissimo and the dynamics and the resonance pad in a song that I'm currently working on. So this staccatissimo is very powerful and it's very short. And it's so beautiful. The dynamics is a sort of effect which you will hear. And I'm using that as a transition effect. The piano resonance is actually the flute being played inside the piano to give it that different sort of resonance body, actually. Oops. And then we have the resonance pad. And to get the best out of it, I was actually moving the attack up to about 250 or 300 sort of milliseconds. So there you have it. Those are the articulations from the free library. So let's start with the reso pad. I shortened the name to reso pad just, and I added a bit of reverb, or actually lots of reverb. I like reverb, so what can you say? I'm sorry. Then I used the sustained vibrato to play this sort of lead flute. The notes aren't that articulated in a well. It is more like a pad when you splush it with with an insane amount of reverb as I have. And if we also stack it with the completely overused Taj Mahal preset from the Roland JV1080 series, you will get this. Moving on to the melody from for the chorus. Oops, sorry about that. I used the same sustained vibrato patch and played a different melody in the chorus, and I also took away a few notes and played them with a staccatissimo articulation instead to get it more like I'm not a flautist, but a live performance-ish thingy, and it sounds like this. And you can hear all the hiss and noise going on in the background, which to me, it is a part of the performance. It is a part of playing the flute. You don't have those super clean notes. You actually have this, the realism is the word I'm looking for. This is added realism. And then when it comes to the timbral tremolo, nailed it. And it goes, I used it as a transition effect, moving from a G minor to a G sharp major from the verse to the chorus. So that's the G minor sort of trill like timbral tremolo, and here comes the dynamics, which you will hear is a half tone up because I try to match the chorus with it. So it sounds like that, and if we play it all together, I've took the melody from the flute and I actually had a viola play it afterwards, so you will hear the melody repeating once in the sort of verse-like part of the song before moving into the chorus. The vocals bits in the beginning has been muted. I didn't think they were fitting there, so don't mind the block showing up, but without you hearing anything. So it starts with this kind of widespread, ambient, new age-like chord. It's moving slightly and feels a bit live. Added some other flute bits, just the long droning notes, drum loops, and then bassline acoustic guitars and the melodies. Then moving to the viola for the melody instead, and adding the reso pan, and then the transition effects into the chorus. And then moving to a violin for the melody instead. Then handing back the melody to the viola. and the dynamics patch for the transition from the chorus to the outro. There you have it, Lucent by Wickes and Orchestral Tools.